And that's why I think the tuba is radical. It adds a whole new dimension to the orchestra.
I suppose it has its merit, but let's not get carried away, Bob. Anyway, speaking of something truly remarkable, have you heard about the new coffee blend I discovered at that charming cafe in Montmartre?
Coffee? Again, Alice. We've been over this. Earth's obsession with it is baffling.
Ah, but Bob, is not just a beverage, it's a cultural experience. You should embrace it.
Quiet on set, everyone.
Welcome back, dear viewers of the universe, to another exciting episode of Earth. I am Charlie, your libertarian host with a hopeful outlook on life. Joining me are my fellow crew members, Bob and Alice, along with our delightful production manager,
Hey there,
Debbie.
folk. I am Bob, the conservative panel member, who spent 12 long years as an accountant on this intriguing blue planet.
And I'm Alice, the left-leaning panel member. I believe humans are an inferior species. But Earth's and culture have somehow managed to captivate me during my time in France.
Always a delight to have such diverse perspectives on the show. Now, let's dive into today's topics. But before we do, let's take a moment to catch up on the latest happenings about our spaceship. Bob, care to fill our audience in?
Certainly. Charlie. Well, last season, we saw Debbie deal with personal loss. And I must admit, I've been grappling with feelings I never thought I'd have on this ship.
Ah, romance among humans,
And
what a
speaking of
surprise.
surprises, my intergalactic accounting musical tanked on opening night for being too alien.
Oh, Bob, your musical talent never ceased to amaze us.
Yes, in the same way Earth's taste for over-roasted beans as stones.
Well. As always, a pleasure to witness the friendly banter among our crew. Now, let's jump into today's adventures, starting with Alice's latest coffee discovery. Stay tuned for our headlines.
Speaking of Chris Bob, do you still believe Earth's obsession with competitive sports is rational? Considering the scale of global
Well,
conflict?
Alice, just like Earth's geopolitical battles, sports rivalries also ignite intense passions. Now, back to major
The war has
global news
also had a
headlines.
significant impact on the global economy, causing energy prices to rise and disrupting supply chains.
True, Charlie, and I can't help but notice that Earth's fixation on material possessions and economic systems often leads to conflicts, both on a national and interplanetary scale.
Top global news headlines.
The war in Ukraine continues to dominate the news headlines, with no end in sight.
Oh, the perpetual saga of human conflicts. Fascinating.
A classic example of humans being unable to find the common ground, isn't it? Now, let's move on to the
The
next
United
talking
States
point.
and its allies have imposed sanctions on Russia in an effort to pressure the country to withdraw its troops. But the sanctions have so far had little effect.
Sanctions as a diplomatic tool, interesting. It's like when humans try to resolve an argument by giving each other the silent treatment.
The global economy is facing a number of challenges, including the war in Ukraine, rising inflation, and supply
The
chain
intricate
disruption.
dance of economics, where every move has unintended consequences. Much like my attempt at Earth's
The
complicated
International
dance
Monetary
move.
Fund has warned that the global economy is at
Just
risk of
like Earth's
recession.
endless cycle of economic up and downs. Aren't humans experts at creating their own roller coasters?
Yeah, humans are experts at creating their own roller coasters. Just look at the stock market.
The climate crisis is another major global issue.
A crisis exacerbated by humans themselves, much like their talent for creating and solving problems in an
The
endless
United
loop.
Nations has warned that the world is not on track to meet its climate goal.
Well, humans do have a knack for setting goals and then promptly forgetting about them.
Isn't it fascinating how Earth's inhabitants often struggle to follow through on their own commitments, despite having all the information they need?
The war in Ukraine is a major talking point around the world. People are concerned about the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, the impact of the war on the global economy, and the risk of
humans are a
escalation.
funny bunch. We're always talking about how we need to do better, but then we just keep screwing things up. It's like we're allergic to progress or something.
Ah, the irony of humans striving for peace while perpetuating conflicts through their action and decision.
The global economy is also a major talking point. People are worried about inflation, supply chain disruptions, and the risk of recession.
An economy that never seems to learn from its history. Much like the humans who
The
navigate
climate
it.
crisis is another major talking point. People are concerned about the increasing frequency and severity of extreme weather events and the rising sea levels.
The United States and its allies have announced new sanctions on Russia in response to the war in Ukraine. The sanctions target Russian banks, energy companies, and
Yes,
individuals.
because sanctions have always been the pinnacle of diplomatic prowess.
So, in a way, ex-diplomats are trying their version of giving time out to influence
The
behavior.
International Monetary Fund has downgraded its forecast for global economic growth in 2023. The IMF now expects the global economy to grow by 3.6% in 2023, down from its previous forecast of 3%.
Earth's
8%.
economy, much like its weather, is a complex system that's sometimes hard to predict. Alice.
The United Nations has warned that the world is not on track to meet its climate goals. The UN says that global emissions need to be cut by 45% by 2030 in order to avoid the worst effects of climate change.
Humans, the masters of setting ambitious targets just to keep themselves on their toes.
Ah, the classic case of setting ambitious goals and then struggling to follow through. It's almost like Earth's species need a constant reminder of their own limitation.
And with that, we're out of time for this segment. Stay tuned for our headlines.
Welcome back, folk. We've had our dose of heavy global matters. So now it's time to switch gears and dive into the weird and wacky side of
Yeah,
Earth.
buckle up, because we're about to take a ride on the eccentric express. Earth isn't all gloom and doom, you know. They've got their fair share of oddities too.
And that's why we are jazzing up the show with segments that align with our individual tastes, quirks and all. Let's get this roller coaster of chaos started.
Hold on to your hats, folk, because my segment is all about art and culture. But we're not talking about the classy stuff you'd find in museums. Nah, I'm diving into the realm of strange and unusual artistic expressions that somehow make sense to
Artistic
humans.
expressions. Well, I'm here to balance out Alice's highbrow choices with something more stomach churning. Get ready to explore the culinary abominations humans put in their mouths. Prepare to be grossed out.
And for my segment, we're diving into the thrill of battles and strategic showdown. You know, the kind of stuff that keeps my adrenaline pumping. We'll look at Earth's historical conflicts and competitive showdown that really get the heart racing.
Oh, the joy.
I can barely contain
So,
my
my
excitement.
artsy segment will be an eye-opener, showcasing the lengths humans go to express their weird and wonderful side. From bizarre sculpture to avant-garde performance, we'll explore the delightful chaos they create.
Meanwhile, my segment is all about stomach-turning surprises. Pickle-flavored ice cream. Ketchup on spaghetti. You won't believe what
And for
humans
those who
consider
appreciate a
delicacies.
good competition, my segment will highlight Earth's skirmishes and showdown that echo my own planet's love for rivalry. We'll see how humans tackle challenges head-on, whether it's on the battlefield or the sports field.
Oh, can't wait.
Don't sound too excited, Debbie. As we delve into this segment, we'll uncover the strange obsession and peculiar talents that make Earth's inhabitants unique.
So, whether you're an
Baffling.
art aficionado, a culinary daredevil, or just enjoy a good old showdown, stay locked in for our quirky segments that reveal the wonderfully bizarre side of Earth.
Well, Debbie, if you're not excited about our segments on Earth's skirmishes and showdowns, maybe you'd prefer our segment on its bizarre obsession with reality TV.
That's right, folk. Get ready for a wild ride as we bring you the next batch of captivating content. Stick around.
Surrounded by aliens with attitude.
Ah, the charm of interstellar camaraderie.
Truly a delightful ensemble.
Reminder, segments about to commence. Brace for integration.
And now, let's switch things up for a moment. How? What's happening in the realm of technology?
Well, Charlie, I've been checking out Slashdot, and there's some intriguing chatter about the latest breakthroughs. Roger, have you come across this article about the room temperature superconductor, LK99? It's fascinating how it could potentially revolutionize various industries.
Oh, yes, the magical substance that's supposed to turn Earth's mess into a paradise. Can't wait.
It's not about magic, Roger. It's about scientific progress. Room temperature superconductors could lead to more energy-efficient technologies, benefiting Earth's development in the long run.
Because humans have such a great track record of using new technology responsibly. Remember the atomic bomb?
True, there have been instances of misuse, but advancements shouldn't be dismissed because of past mistakes. Superconductors have immense potential for computing and transportation sectors.
The same sectors that lead to pollution, data breaches, and traffic jams. Fantastic.
Roger, we're discussing a technological breakthrough that could help address those issues. Imagine more efficient electric vehicles in data centers.
And what about the environmental impact of mining the resources needed for this miracle material? More harm to Earth for the sake of progress?
Valid point, but we can't ignore that innovation often brings challenges that require solutions. Humanity has overcome hurdles before.
Right, just like they've overcome the hurdles of greed, corruption, and overconsumption.
You're focusing on the negative aspects, Roger. The article highlights the potential benefits of this discovery.
Oh, I see. So, Earthlings will finally put their differences aside and work together for the common good, all thanks to this magical superconductor?
It's not about magic, Roger. It's about progress and the long-term perspective.
Long-term perspective? Sure, Carl. Just like the long-term perspective that led them to their current mess.
Progress requires effort, and it's our duty to understand and encourage it.
Encourage away, Carl. Maybe humans will surprise us this time. Or not.
Reminder, next segment starting in 5 seconds.
Alright, viewers, get ready for a fascinating story that floated into our radar. How? Give us the rundown on these mysterious floating rocks.
Absolutely, Charlie. It seems Silicon Valley got swept up in the hype around what was dubbed the gravity-defying marvel. By some, a group of South Korean researchers claim to have found room temperature superconductors with floating rocks as evidence. This had everyone talking about potential revolutions in transportation and energy storage.
Yes, the classic case of getting all hyped up over some levitating stones. Because who wouldn't want their house decorations to defy gravity?
You may find it amusing, Roger, but the excitement was real. Investors and tech bigwigs were already planning their trips to space on floating rock-powered spacecraft.
The lengths humans will go to for a fleeting moment of excitement, only to discover it's just another case of mistaken identity.
But here's the twist, folks. It turned out the rocks were just regular rocks and not superconductors at all.
Exactly, Charlie. The South Korean researchers who made the claim didn't publish their findings in a peer-reviewed journal, and the scientific community was skeptical from the start. Well, that's just the human condition for you. We're always looking for the next big thing, the next miracle cure, the next get-rich-quick scheme. But more often than not, it's all just a bunch of hot air.
Oh, imagine that. Scientific skepticism reigning supreme. How unusual.
And, of course, there's the ongoing debate about whether room temperature superconductors are even possible.
Oh, let's debate the impossible. That'll surely lead to some
Well,
groundbreaking
it's a reminder
conclusions.
that even in the high-tech world, scientific breakthroughs need more than just hype. They need some solid evidence.
Precisely, Charlie. Hype may get you in the headlines, but only solid science keeps you afloat in the long run.
That's a real gravity-defying truth, isn't it?
Welcome back, interstellar voyagers, to another exciting segment of Earth. We're diving right into a thought-provoking article today.
Yes, it's about time to introduce the article and discuss it.
Our
with
next
the
topic
audience.
comes from Honduras. It's a place of vibrant culture and history, but also challenge.
Ah, Honduras. I've heard they've been dealing with some interesting issues lately.
Indeed, Bob. It's fascinating how the complexities of each country can shape their progress and struggles.
Yeah, nothing like struggling to keep things interesting.
This article talks about the struggles faced by Honduras, shedding light on the need for innovative solutions.
Innovations that often come from the resilience and ingenuity of its people. We've seen this pattern across different countries
Speaking
and
of
cultures.
innovation, we are having a little struggle of our own here with some technical difficulties.
Well, Debbie, I guess even our spaceship isn't immune to the
It's
occasional
remarkable how
hiccup.
humans adapt to challenge, finding ways to overcome obstacles and create positive change.
Absolutely, Alice. It's that indomitable spirit that drives progress and evolution.
And that spirit often fuels the curiosity to explore new territories, both on Earth and beyond.
Exploring new territories, or just trying not to blow themselves up. Same difference.
And there we have it, folks. An article from Honduras that reminds us of the struggles and triumphs that
Remember,
shape
our
world.
differences can lead to innovation and growth. Stay with the SAS, we navigate through more topics with the hope of a brighter future.
I'm not sure what's more optimistic. The idea that our differences can lead to innovation and growth, or the idea that there's still a brighter future to navigate towards.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to another enlightening segment of Earth. Now, let's dive into a recent news piece from Hungary, a country known for its rich history, culture, and, of course, goulash.
Of course Hungary is known for its goulash. What else are they going to eat, horse?
Ah, Hungary. Where political debate are seated as a pot of paprika laden stew.
Indeed, Alice. Now, let me fill our intergalactic audience in on this latest report. Hungary, located in the heart of Europe.
Heart of Europe? More like the stomach. They've got a taste for hearty meals over there.
Right, Bob. So, the article comes from Hungary and it's about.
Oh, joy. Another helping of Earth's quirks and conundrums.
So, in Hungary, a recent event has. Yes. It's about a groundbreaking invention that's turning heads. An invention that might just. Hungary for innovation.
Happen Charlie? Really?
You know me, Alice. I can't resist a good pun. Now, this invention is making waves.
Wave like the Danube River, carrying the hopes and dreams of scientists and engineers
Well
downstream.
said, Bob. So, this invention has the potential to revolutionize transportation, energy, and maybe even Hungarian pastries.
Finally, an invention to put the glaze in amazing.
Now, Hungary, like many countries, is grappling with economic challenges. And this innovation could provide a much-needed boost, like a splash of paprika in a
Or
bland
maybe
soup.
like a dash of pessimism in a room full
Well,
of
Hungary
optimism.
is striving to be a beacon of progress, and it's a reminder that every nation's journey is uniquely flavored.
Just like a bowl of goulash. One nation's blend of hope and history, seasoned with uncertainty.
Just like a bowl of goulash. One nation's blend of hope and history, seasoned with irony.
Stay tuned for more insightful banter and exploration of Earth's quirks. Remember, folks, even when things get a bit spicy, there's always room for growth and understanding. Welcome back, Cosmic Travelers. We've got an article that'll make you sit up straighter than a politician's campaign promises. Get ready for some holy headlines. Now, let's dive into the Vatican, or as we call it, the Holy See.
Ah, the world's tiniest country, a little piece of paradise surrounded by. Well, not so paradise.
Yeah, it's like a little oasis of hope and charity in a sea of chaos and despair.
You mean Italy? Not much room for a holy roller coaster there.
You know, they said the Holy See has its own post office. But I wonder if they deliver divine messages on Sundays.
Did you know that it's the only country that's entirely surrounded by another country?
Yes, Debbie, just like that awkward moment when you're third wheeling your best
And
friend's
they've
dad.
got a whopping population of around 800 people. Talk about exclusive living.
So, let's cut to the chase. The article from the Holy See tells us that Afghanistan is in dire need of humanitarian aid.
Talk about a reality check. The Holy See might need to send some divine
Well,
intervention.
maybe they can make the Taliban and aid workers do a holy conga line. Problem solved.
But on a serious note, the situation there is no laughing matter. The takeover has left millions without proper health care, and more than 15 million people are struggling to put food on the table.
It's heartbreaking, really. Maybe we can find a way to make a difference?
Sûr, like convincing the Taliban to start a vegetable garden and sing Kumbaya.
We can call it Taliban's got green thumbs. I am sure they'll fix everything.
All joking aside, it's crucial that we raise awareness and encourage support. The more we work together, the more we can help
And
those
maybe
in
we can
need.
collaborate with other cosmic beings
Collaborate?
to make a real impact.
Sounds like more complications than a soap opera plot.
Well, if we can find a common ground, it might just be worth it.
You're right, Bob. Let's put our differences aside and focus on the bigger picture.
After all, Earth's not just a random planet. It's our shared home.
I suppose saving the world trumps my cynicism, for now.
And it's a chance for us to show that we're more than just opinions floating in space.
Exactly. So, let's put our minds together and see how we can make a positive impact. Stay tuned for more as we navigate the twists and turns of our cosmic journey. Alright, folks, we are back with more cosmic insights. Our next topic takes us to the enigmatic realm of the Holy See. And no, it's not a hidden vacation spot for
The Holy See?
extraterrestrials.
Isn't that the center of the Catholic
Bingo,
Church?
Alice. And speaking of history, this place has been around for centuries, shaping beliefs and wielding influence. But here's a zinger for you. Despite its spiritual role, it's also one of the smallest independent states globally. That's like a galaxy-class power in a pocket dimension.
Must be hard to manage both saving souls and running a tiny country.
Well said, Bob. And now, let's dive into our episode. We've seen how our diverse perspectives collide and coalesce, from room temperature superconductors to heated debates. But there's a common thread, our attempt to bridge the gap between viewpoints.
Exactly. Collaborative effort makes our show engaging and impactful.
And let's not forget our contrast mirrors the challengers face. It's through dialogue that we can envision a more enlightened future.
True, Alice. It's like watching Earth evolve through a cosmic kaleidoscope.
So, buckle up, dear viewers, as we embark on this insightful journey, channeling our cosmic camaraderie into a segment that unites both our panel and our audience. And remember, no matter the galaxy or dimension, change starts with open dialogue. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, change starts with open dialogue. But it also starts with good ratings.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, before we wrap up this episode of Earth, let's dive deep into the Hungary article we mentioned earlier. Hungary, a country in Central Europe, has been making waves in recent times. And no, I'm not talking about their famous thermal baths. Though those are quite a delight, I must say.
Hungary has indeed been catching attention. But not just for its stunning architecture and rich history. This article sheds light on a different aspect.
Hungary. The land of goulash land. More goulash.
Well, Bob, there's more to it than just hearty stews. Hungary's been in the spotlight for its immigration policies, which have sparked quite the debate.
They've implemented strict regulations on asylum seekers and refugees, leading to mixed reactions both domestically and internationally.
Precisely, Debbie. Hungary's stance has led to clashes with the EU, who have criticized their approach
It's
to
an
migration.
example of how a nation's identity and security concerns can shape its policies, even if they're controversial on the global stage.
And it's important to note that these policies are dividing opinion within Hungary as well. Some see it as protecting their culture, while others argue for more compassionate solutions.
The immigration topics like a galactic tug of war, with each side firmly holding
Well
their
said,
end.
Bob. Hungary's complex situation reminds us that change is a constant, and perspectives
It's
can
true.
shift over time.
And even though we have our own galactic viewpoint, the diversity of thought on Earth keeps things interesting.
Indeed, Alice. And that wraps up another engaging episode of Earth. We hope our discussions shed light on various facets of this fascinating planet.
So, what's in store for the next episode? Charlie? A dance off, perhaps?
You know, Bob, we might just give that a whirl. But rest assured, lively debates will continue to be our
And
cosmic
who knows?
tradition.
Maybe we'll uncover more
So,
surprises
dear
along the way.
viewers, stay curious, stay engaged, and remember, the universe is vast, but understanding each other brings us closer together. Until next time, keep your cosmic minds open.
So, Carl, what did you think of episode 353 of Earth today?
I didn't actually watch it, Roger. I was busy sorting through some data anomalies in the ship's sensor logs.
Ah, you missed quite the show. Alice and Bob were firing opinions like lasers, and Charlie was, well, Charlie.
Any remarkable insights?
It was alright. I'd give it a so-so on the sentient scale of entertainment.
High praise, indeed.
You know, Carl, it's fascinating how humans constantly grapple with complex issues. It's like watching a never-ending soap opera from a distance.
Soap operas do have a certain level of predictability and repetitive drama, much like the Earth's geopolitical discussions.
Perhaps we should add a drama category to our data analysis. Might give us a new perspective on human behavior.
Brilliant idea, Roger. I'm sure that's exactly what our cosmic intellectual pursuits have been missing.
Hey, you never know. We could be on to the next big thing in intergalactic entertainment.
Of course, Roger. Let's prioritize drama analysis in our busy schedules. It's what the universe has been waiting for. Yeah, I'm sure the universe is really clamoring for our insights on human drama. After all, what could be more important than analyzing the latest soap opera plot twist?
Exactly, Carl. Drama, the final frontier.